Tell me then about your experience of business studies before you started tutoring with myself.
Oh, it was a rough time. Yeah, it wasn't great. Especially for me, I literally had no confidence in the subject, and my teachers didn't really have the time, I suppose, to like help me get to where I wanted to get. And it just, yeah, it wasn't great. And I had like my exam structure and like my exams and everything just were really awful. So yeah.
So when you said about obviously your teachers, they didn't have time for you, what was the situation that you was in when you obviously wanted to start looking at tutoring?
It was sort of, I think, after mocks, and I got a U, and I kept like, I guess I just didn't really have any hope. And there obviously wasn't, and my teachers literally said, like, I think you better like change what you want to do, sort of thing, because there wasn't really, yeah, it wasn't really going anywhere. So I looked at tutoring and yeah, landed with you. So
And what was the main things that you were struggling with before the tutoring? You said you got the U grade. What was
yeah.
the main things contributing to that?
I think, well, I hadn't taken it GCSE, and I know you don't have to. So I didn't have like any basic knowledge, and then was sort of like jumped into A level and being taught in a way where I sort of was supposed to like just kind of understand it straight away. And that didn't really work for me. And also there was quite a bit of maths, which really used to throw me off. I was like, oh gosh.
And obviously, so you said you got a U grade, I think, in your box. Your teachers told you to drop the subject. Tell me how results day went with A-level business.
I got a C, thanks to you. And yeah, I couldn't be more than happier with that. It was honestly such a shock. So yeah, I'm really happy.
What was the main things, obviously, that you think helped you get that C grade then? You know, what was the things that we was working with, obviously, with the tutoring, and obviously tell me what you was doing as well in the background.
I mean, we'd have our one-to-ones and then have 2 group sessions. And with the one-to-one, it was great because I could really go in depth over the subjects I was not understanding, like maths and stuff. And then I get set work by you, which was like obviously past papers and stuff, which I never really would have ever done revision before. But actually doing that exam instruction over and over again, like you really do start to get to grips with it. And then with the group sessions, like I was quite nervous for, because I was like, oh, it's going to be like a class setting sort of thing. But I feel like going into a group session, not knowing anyone, like that sort of fear goes away, and like you still had the time for me, like to go over something. If I didn't get it, you'd make sure I got it. Like it didn't matter like that anyone else was there, sort of thing. So I think that was really great.
And you said as well, maths. I know we had lots of back and forth with our maths sessions. What was the main thing, obviously, that you were struggling with the maths, and how did you find that you did, obviously, with the maths questions when you actually did your A-level exam?
I think it's just numbers really like throwing me off in general, but I think at the end of the day, like you made me realize just knowing the actual equation, you could still get like a mark off that just by writing that down if you really didn't understand it. So yeah, it really was just learning those equations, because then you could just piece it all together and it just started, and then you can just break it down. So yeah, I just was really overcomplicating it.
What would you tell someone who is considering starting tutoring with myself?
I would say definitely do it, obviously, and that it's just so worth your time. Yeah, honestly, you're just amazing. I literally wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, so it's definitely worthwhile than doing it. So yeah.